Hey up everyone, before I get into this video, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe now, and if you like my videos, give this a like, and going forward you can be notified every time you get in touch with this channel. Just click that bell icon, you'll get notified. Anyway, I want to talk to you briefly about a product which I hate using and which I think everyone should try and boycott. Now, a bit of history. The Romans brought bricks to the UK back in bloody 1st century AD, AD in it, and they were like a block paver, more like a tegular. If you go and buy a block paver now, a tegular block paver, that's what they were like, flat, 8-inch by 8-inch square. Then it moved on. You had the medieval times. They made bricks, but more of a traditional style. Well, still not the same as what you get today. That's all your medieval Tudor stuff. You can still get some Tudor houses around. You got a couple around our end, Little Morton Hall and Fort Green Hall, places like these, big estate houses and stuff like that. That's what you'll still have, the medieval bricks. Then you got the Industrial Revolution, 1700s up to the 1900s, where bricks were more commonly a 9-inch long, 3 inches high and 4.5 inches wide. That was the size of brick. Now, and there is all made from clay with iron and stuff like that, but they're all made from clay. Now you get to the 1960s, 1965, and they decided to bring in the metric system for bricks. So they changed it from the 9-inch long to a 215 by 65 mm high by 102.5 wide. That is the standard brick. By 1970, that's what everything was. All the manufacturers went to this size. So when they went to this size, 1970, probably try and reduce costs, find other methods, they introduced a concrete brick. And why did they introduce a concrete brick? I'll tell you for why. Because they're up to 50% cheaper to make than the clay bricks. Clay bricks take a lot of, the clay's expensive, and the firing of the clay bricks is expensive as well. So a concrete brick was what they introduced, up to 50% cheaper, and the benefits for the manufacturers and builders are you can get a truer brick, you can get them manufactured quicker because they cure quicker, and you can also mess about with the pigmentation, so you can make any color you want basically, and the color is consistent. Now with a clay brick, you'll get what's called banding of brickwork. If you use out of one pack, it'll be slightly different color to the next pack, to the next pack, to the next pack. That's why they always want you to mix the packs when you're building houses with clay bricks. Now, this all seems well and good. Concrete comes up to strength and all the rest of it. But if you're a bricklayer using these concrete bricks, they're so heavy, we don't like laying them, and there's only a certain amount of concrete you can lay in one day before the walls start moving around. So we don't like them. We don't want concrete bricks on the job. They're heavy, they're not easy to use, all round repetitive strain injuries. You don't want it. Anyway, for you people out there who are buying these houses, you got to think of it like this. When you buy a house, aesthetically looking, you buy it on day one, you want it looking like that. In the next 10 years time, you still want to look at that house and think, oh, that looks really well. Now the drawback of using concrete bricks is they pick the pigmentations, but after only 12 months you'll be able to see patches on concrete bricks, because concrete bricks are affected by UV and the weather. So after 12 months you'll be able to see it. South facing buildings, especially on the south side of your building, you're going to see a difference in the coloration after only 12 months, 3 years. By 10 years time, on a concrete brick facade, the concrete bricks can lose up to 50% of the colour pigmentation. This is why you'll see brick buildings that look pink and they were originally red. Like I say, the concrete bricks were used a lot from the 70s to the 90s, and now they're back in. You're seeing them everywhere. Concrete bricks, concrete bricks, concrete bricks. And the bottom line comes down to this: the manufacturers can get them out quicker, the lead times are less, and the costs can be up to 50% less. That cost isn't being passed on to the home buyers, and the aesthetics are going to dwindle down really fast. So like I say, you buy concrete bricks, within 10 years you could have one of your elevations looking totally different than it was when you bought it. And also there is another drawback to concrete bricks: they're more porous. So when you're looking at your builds and you think, oh, your clay facing brick isn't going to take anywhere near the damage what a concrete will, because the process for a clay brick, the colour is fired in. Once it's fired, that is the colour. You go back to it in 20 years, that's still going to be the colour. But with a concrete brick, they're really porous, so you'll get a lot of mold growth on a concrete brick. You'll see green buildings everywhere. That's because it's concrete. And you're also going to get a lot more efflorescence, the white staining down your bricks. So the point of the story is you're getting a cheaper product, the colours fade, and you're more likely to have white staining and mold growth on concrete brick buildings. So for you people, and the main aim at the end of the day is to keep the cost low, profit margins high, at the expense of the customer. So for you out there buying houses, go out and inspect what type of brick is being used in your build if you're going to buy one, or if you've already bought one. There's nothing really you can do, but you'll see the telltale signs. Go and look around your building and see if there's one side where the sun is, where it's getting slightly lighter. And the worst colour brick that you can buy of a concrete brick is red, because they are the ones that fade the quickest. Just put it like this: if you were going to buy a t-shirt and after 1 to 3 washes you could tell that it was fading, you won't be happy. And then after 10 washes it was 50% lighter than when you bought it. That's what you're getting. And they've used cheap product but still sold it you for the same price as a quality product. And black being the best charcoal, their colour holds up a long time. Like I say, concrete bricks, the positives for the house, the positives for the manufacturers: you can pick the pigmentation, fast lead times, you can make them cure quickly, and they can get out for distribution quick. And for the house builders, they're cheaper to buy, and the, like I say, lead times, batch colours, all perfectly sound. Everything looks pretty sound. You don't have to worry about banding of brickwork. If you don't know what banding of brickwork, go on the internet and have a look at that. Like I say, they're cheap to make, but they're an inferior product, so do not buy. That's what I'm saying. Okay, thanks for watching the video, and if you want more like this, leave us a comment below, tell me what you thought about it. Say thee.